Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's time for Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
I don't.
There it is.
I should have brought my personal bottle opener because I didn't want to fire this at
We
you.
got one right here.
Oh, pff, what an idiot! Yeah,
It is Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. We got your boy DreZ and your man Big Nate. We are celebrating National Peanut Butter Lovers Day. I know it's also Fat Tuesday. We usually do like the Abita and the whole Mardi Gras thing, but we're mixing it up this year. We're switching things up, and we're gonna celebrate, I guess, peanut butter love.
well, I feel like at this point, every Mardi Gras beer has been tried. We're 8 seasons into Brewsday Tuesday now? 7?
7. This is 7. So obviously, when it comes to peanut butter beer, first one that comes to most people's mind is the Sweet Baby Jesus from DuClaw, which is what I popped. This one is a chocolate peanut butter porter. And what do you have over there?
I'm really intrigued. This is the Lost Coast Brewery from Eureka, California. Their peanut butter chocolate milk stout. And, of course, you can't have chocolate milk without cow. So they've got a cow with brown spots on here and then peanuts everywhere. So they really went down in it. They're calling it a smooth and creamy midnight black stout with hints of roasted peanuts, cocoa, coffee, raisins, and toffee. Hey, look at that. They're even rhyming with it. Easy drinking for both casual fans and aficionados. It's 5.6 ABV. I got to be honest with you. I'm intrigued to take this ride. The description sounds great.
All right. Well, yeah, over here, the Sweet Baby Jesus coming in at 6.2%. I forgot to mention that. And it says it's a classic porter with heavily aromas and flavors of roasted malt, chocolate, and rich peanut butter with a smooth, dry finish. One sip, and you will exclaim the name.
Oh.
Sweet Baby Jesus. I already had one sip, and I did not exclaim the name.
I say my favorite thing about that beer is, in fact, the name. Of course, that's as you mentioned. That's one, and maybe that was off air. That's one that everyone seems to know. Whenever peanut butter. In fact, that was the only one I could name offhand.
Yeah, when it comes to peanut butter beers, they're few and far between. This is the one that has sort of, developed a name for it. That being said, I know we talked about this off the air. I'm not a huge fan of the Sweet Baby Jesus. And what that comes down to is people boast about it. Like, this is some people's favorite beer, like obsessed, absolutely love it. Now, I love chocolate, I love peanut butter, but I don't love porters. I don't love most dark beers. And so that was the mistake, is I let people talk it up so much so that I actually, my first taste of this was I went and bought an entire 6-pack of it. And after, popping it and drinking, and I don't know, the people that love it can probably do a whole 6-pack, but I think even your average person that does like and tolerate this beer, even if they just enjoy it, probably wouldn't want to drink a whole 6-pack of it, though.
I mean, that's a really good point. I have the exact same experience as that. I think it's a victim of being overhyped. Like, it's not overall offensive. It's not like you handed me a Natty Light and said, dude, this is going to change your life. But still, it's very middle of the road, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the first beer I grab, but if it's between that and a Busch Light, I'm probably going to be going for the Sweet Baby Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. And it, like I said, not a bad beer, just maybe not my style. And I mean, I'm talking like I'm already about to untap it. But, that being said, I've had a couple sips. It's been a long time since I've had a Sweet Baby Jesus. And people's palates do change. You do kind of grow and your horizons expand a bit. And you maybe try and like other beers. So I'm not totally dogging on it. We'll hear, once I finish this glass, we'll see where I stand with it. But yeah, the the peanut butter beers, they were few and far between. I did manage to find enough for a full show here, so we do have a couple more. Now, most of them you do, like in this round, it's chocolate and peanut butter. That kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
We did, I think the next round, honestly, I think both of them. One of them probably is peanut butter and chocolate and other stuff, but I know that the other one is no chocolate. It's peanut butter and something else. So that one I'm very interested to try.
What's your, I mean, obviously it's National Peanut Butter Lovers Day, and I don't know, I can't speak for you, but I'm not necessarily a peanut butter lover, but
I'd say I don't know if I'm a lover, but I'm a fan of it. I do like
I
it in
enjoy it,
candy,
yeah.
like Reese's.
okay,
I
that's
do
what I was
that
going to
all
ask, is
day.
your preferred modality of consuming peanut butter.
Yeah, and that's why, that's why all the beers are chocolate and peanut butter, because
So-
that's such a good combo.
So do you come down on the crunchy or smooth side of peanut butter?
Like if I'm making a PB&J, I like the crunchy. I like it to have the nuts in there. However, the peanut butter in my cupboard is smooth, and that is because I don't really make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with it. I like to use it in my like smoothies and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll do like a banana peanut butter, kind of smoothie, and then there you go. So
Something that I learned like very recently, probably within the last 3 years, crunchy peanut butter starts off the exact same as smooth peanut butter, and then they add the crunch. Like they don't just stop partway and are like, all right, this is crunchy, we'll put it in a jar. No, they make the smooth peanut butter across the board, and then they go and make so many jars of the crunchy, which blows my mind.
that kind of makes sense. I could see that. I was looking on a list of, of different Mandela effects, and Jif was on there. So for those that don't know, the Mandela effect is, I guess, based because a lot of people swore that Nelson Mandela was killed back in the 80s, and like most people remembered a news story, and everybody thought he was dead for like so long. And so basically it's when a bunch of you believe a certain thing just because you're so used to it,
Yeah.
and then you find out that that's actually
It's
not
like
the
some
case.
weird form of mass hysteria.
Yeah, and I think Jif was on there because is it one F or two Fs? in
See, I always
Jif?
thought that, is there a Jiffy peanut butter? I don't think there's even a Jiffy, because I always heard it as Jiffy. But yeah, I ran into the same thing where Jif peanut butter, and I'm not brand loyal because I get peanut butter so infrequently. It's usually the store brand that I buy, honestly, because it gets used so infrequently. But I couldn't tell you. I think it's 1F.
You're right, or maybe it was the Jiffy. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I couldn't remember. I thought it was whether it was one F or two, but maybe you're right. Maybe it was because people remember Jiffy as being the peanut butter, but it is just one F, JIF, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think is actually how you pronounce. It's not GIF, it's GIF, like the moving image.
That is what the creator, the inventor of
GIF.
the GIF.
Yeah, even though most people say it the other way. My favorite, or at least most recent, Mandela effect that was mind-blowing. A lot of them I knew or remember, like it's Bernstein Bears, not Bernstein Bears. But sherbet. You know sherbet, right?
There's no second R.
So you did know that.
No, that's what I was guessing. What could be the?
Yeah, it's
Because you said sherbet, and I've always said sherbet, but there's no second R, is there?
there's not. It's
'Cause I've always seen it-
sherbet.
And that probably comes from like the difference. There's probably something to do with sorbet as well.
Probably. It's SHERBET, but everybody says sherbet, but it's sherbet, which is that kind of blew my mind because I'm like, how is that possible?
There are so many things that just become such a prevalent part of your life, like Band-Aids. Everyone's called them Band-Aids.
Adhesive strips.
They're adhesive strips. Band-Aid is the brand. So I love how like infectious. Well, in that case, that's something that's real, but things that aren't real can still just take hold because of a regional dialect or just the way people misinterpret things.
Yeah, the brand name thing. I remember one of my history teachers, Mr. Picard, brought that up of like, what's something that you refer to as a brand name, but you mean everything. Band-Aid was one of the main examples. Kleenex was another one. A lot of people will just say Kleenex when you mean a tissue or whatever. And then he said Levi's, but I'm like, I don't really know people that just call
I've never
all
called them
jeans
Levi's.
Levi's. This is, of course, we're all sitting there in our Jinko jeans, huge 50-inch leg jeans. So I think that's where him and the younger kids, we kind of differed on that opinion. But I guess that probably used to be what people just called jeans, Levi's. That was the top dog, I suppose.
It's just absolutely astounding. The one that always has stood out to me is that Shaq never played
Oh yeah, that's the other one.
a wizard. or a genie. That was
Yeah.
Sinbad, and it was like one was Shaq's was called Shazam, and Sinbad was actually in a movie where he played a genie called Kazam.
Yeah, so people get that mixed up. That was another big one that's cited always.
Like
that movie did not exist.
I'm pretty confident it did. I think there's some sort of alternate timeline. What if it's like a video game and you're just like you're dying and then resetting, and it's just an alternate timeline? And
Oh, wait a minute, Shaq was in Kazam, and then people thought it was Sinbad.
oh well, now we're going even deeper. This is why this exists.
The Shaq movie did exist. It was Shaq, and it was called Kazam, right? I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Yeah,
and then
to IMDb.
Sinbad supposedly, theoretically, was in a movie called Shazam. Kazam movie.
So
There it
yeah,
is. Yes.
Shazam
Shaq
never
is-
existed. Shaq was Kazam. Wow, that's even more mind blowing that we landed on this.
Kazam starring Shaq, 1996, coming in at a whopping 5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think around
and
the
a
same time
3.1 IMDb.
he had that video game Shaq Fu,
Shaq Fu, yeah.
which was
oh.
essentially like Mortal Kombat but with Shaq.
Shaq and a bunch of weird creatures. I have Shaq Fu on SNES, so I do like that
When's
game.
the last time you dug it out?
Hasn't been played in probably the last year and a half since I boxed it up, and it's been.
So now with your video game collection, do you track the worth of those? Like, for instance, I know Earthbound goes for like, last I checked was like $300 a cartridge, and I wonder what Shaq Fu would go for, because it can't be for the
nothing. That's
gameplay.
Shaq Fu is not a high-selling video game, unfortunately. I mean, I haven't checked it in a long time, but I think that and it may have changed, but my most valuable video game is I have Worms Armageddon for N64, and I know that one was like a three-figure video game. But other than that, I don't have anything too crazy. I mean, a lot of the Super Mario parties and the Mario, like those ones are always, the sought-after ones, but they're usually like $60.
Yep.
I think that's the only one I have that's over $100.
I had always, when I was collecting SNES games, I'd always coveted over owning all of the Legend of Zeldas on each console, and I was like, this is too much of a time and cost investment, so I gave up on that collection quickly. So more power to you.
Yeah, well, that was another one. Final Fantasy III on Super Nintendo was another one that's pretty valuable, but I've never even played it. I got that one from like a buddy when he was just selling his Super Nintendo, and I just got all the games that I didn't already have. But that one's apparently got some value too, but never even really got into it. We digress.
We really do.
Peanut Butter Lovers Day, and we are celebrating it by enjoying some peanut butter beers. How's yours from Lost Coast treating you? You
I'll be
about ready
really
to
honest
untap
with you.
that bad boy?
I mean, yeah, and I mean, we can talk about DuClaw more, but it's really good. It's not life-changing necessarily. I kind of think you and I both went in the mindset with this first segment thinking that none of these were going to be particularly groundbreaking, but it's for a peanut butter chocolate milk stout. The peanut flavor is real mellow to me, and it uses it in a much smoother fashion. It kind of just cuts it to a very mellow drink. It's not kicking you in the face with flavor. There's the cocoa notes, the coffee notes. I'd give it a 3.75
on the Untapped scale, which is how we like to rate our beers. Free app, you can download it. You can friend us on there. DreZ Drinks is my handle. You got Big Nate Danger over there. I think I will probably like that one better. I mean, peanut butter chocolate milk stout sounds better to me
I think it
than
needs milk.
Chocolate peanut butter porter. That being said, the Sweet Baby Jesus, it's not bad, but and I'm sure if you love porters, this is probably right up your alley. There's much more stuff brewing at DuClaw that I would much rather drink. I can definitely guarantee you on that one. Sweet Baby Jesus coming in at, I'd say, a 3.5. Nothing too special. Not my favorite beer by any stretch of the imagination. But, of course, just not my cup of tea. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some more peanut butter lover beers. These next ones I think we are going to love a little bit more, so we shall see. Taking a quick break, we'll get back with tunes, and we'll get back to drinking after this tune right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.